Welcome back to the channel. Just a quick video regarding the route I'm going to be possibly taking. Now, as I said in the last one, I have gone via Tamworth on the A5 to get to Birmingham Airport, but I've decided I'm going to do a little experiment. And because I know it's 45 miles going via Tamworth down the M42 and back again, so it's 90-mile round trip basically, I've decided what I'm going to do on the way to the airport is go from here, obviously to Barton and Needwood, the usual route, get on the A38 and go straight down past Lichfield, and then go past the Swinfen Hall Tamworth exit junction for the A5, and head straight to Bassett's Pole. And then I will take the third exit, which is the A38 again, and it continues all the way down to Birmingham, basically. But you don't quite go into the centre of Birmingham, but the A38 does go into the centre of Birmingham. But halfway along, there's a turning at some traffic lights that's got the airport sign and the NEC. So I'm going to go that way in. It then takes you towards the M6. So there's a roundabout known as Spitfire Island. And you can take a left turn up the motorway, the M6, which then brings you onto the M42, where you can then take junction 6 to leave for the airport. Now, I'm not going to take that route either. I'm going to stay on the A38 though, all the way down to Bassett's Pole from Barton to Needwood, down to Lichfield, and then get in the left-hand lane, follow it all the way to Bassett's Pole, and then head over on the A38, continuing down into Birmingham, until I get to this turn-in for the airport. And then I'm going to follow that. I'm not going to take the M6 for the airport. I'm going to take the next exit, which is the next left, straight after the motorway, and it takes you to Chelmsley Wood. And you might think, oh, you're going out your way. But actually, I've looked on the map, and that road, which is the A452, it actually runs parallel with the motorway. So the motorway is literally there, and the road that I'm going to go on is literally next to it. So it's like two roads like that. So you've got the M6 there, and this road here, and it just follows both all the way round, curves all the way round, and drops down into Chelmsley Wood, and then it brings you out at the top end of the airport, and then you just basically take a right turn, and it takes you to where you would normally come in if you left the M42 at junction 6 and followed it all the way into the airport. So it actually brings you out at the roundabout where there's this big tall tower with a radar on it spinning, and car park 5. So if I just then get in the right hand lane and head straight to the next roundabout, which will take me to car park 1 where I'm going to be parking. So I want to see how long that takes. So in other words, I'm going to be avoiding the motorways going down to the airport. So I'll be on the dual carriageway all the way from Barton and Needwood, all the way down to where the A38 goes into Birmingham, and you branch off to go for the airport on the A452, which basically takes you to Chelmsley Wood, which is a suburb of Birmingham just near the airport. And I want to see how many miles it is, because I know via going Tamworth it's 45 each way. So it might work out less mileage going this A38, it might work out a bit more. But obviously when I come home, I will know exactly what the mileage is. So when I get to the airport on the day of travel, before I leave, I'm going to look at the mileage on the car, and then I'll look at the mileage again when I've parked up, and then I will work it out, and I will mention it on the video on the channel when I arrive at the airport, and I will just say basically it was taking me an hour and a half or an hour and a quarter, it was a bit long or it was a bit shorter. Either way, I'll be letting you guys know which is the best route, and I will obviously take the other route back home when I land back in May, early May, after my holiday, because I will head back home up the M42 to Tamworth, and then go back along the A5 to the A38 and head straight back up home. And I know it'll be 45 miles. So it might be a bit more going the way that I'm going to go. But I just want to try it out, because at least then it's something to bear in mind for future reference. East Midlands isn't a problem because it's just one route, A50 straight in. With Manchester, again, there's two routes. You can go all the way up to Stoke, go up the M6 to junction 19, come off just past Knutsford Services, and head on the A556, which then takes you onto the M56 at junction 8. You then leave at junction 5, and it takes you straight into Manchester Airport. I've done that route before, And another route that you can take if you want to avoid the motorway is to go up to Stoke past the Festival Park, come off for Newcastle, head for Congleton A34, and it takes you straight up to the Manchester Airport. A34 straight up, 28 miles, and you are there. And I actually worked out the mileage for that route last year. Going to the airport was nearly 59 miles, but coming home was 50. So I actually saved almost 10 miles coming back down the A34 through Congleton. So it's always good to try new routes. So I'm going to do that with Birmingham when I travel out to Croatia for my holiday. So go on the A38 going, and then on this A452, follow it round through Chelmsley Wood down to the airport, see how long it takes, see how many miles it is, and then I'll obviously do my other route that I always do, coming back up the M42, and then the A5, and then the A38, because I know that route is 45 miles exactly because I've done it. So it's always good to experiment. So I just thought I'd mention that in this video as well. For any that are going to Birmingham Airport in the future for any holidays from Stoke-on-Trent or Burton or Derby or Lichfield, whichever area you're from, that there are always alternate routes to get to an airport, especially when there's congestion, when there's rush hour, when there's accidents, etc. It's always good to make sure that you go an alternate route because you may need it, especially if there are delays in you getting there to the airport for your check-in, so that we don't make the same mistake that others make when they turn up thinking, oh, we're on time for our flight to check in, and then they find the security queues are a lot busier, and then you end up not making it to the gate. So it's always good to be on time for our flights in general, isn't it? And to make sure that we're there a bit earlier than actually when the airline recommends. So I just thought to share that information with you. So I hope you found it helpful, and I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to continue to subscribe, like and comment on the videos, and I will see you guys in the next one, which I'm hoping this Thursday will be my Dimmingsdale series, as long as the weather's alright. It's been a bit rough tonight, raining and windy, but I'm hoping that in the week it calms down and I can hopefully do a series up at Dimmingsdale prior to my holiday. So again, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.